Have you ever felt like there's more to reality than what your eyes can see? That the world around you is just a fraction of a much greater mystical design? What if I told you that you already have the ability to see beyond the visible, but it has been buried, forgotten, kept from you? There is a reason why some people seem to navigate life with unshakable clarity, sensing things before they happen, avoiding dangers, and recognizing hidden opportunities. They have unlocked something that most ignore: their inner vision. This is not imagination, this is not fantasy. The universe constantly communicates, but only those who sharpen their spiritual perception can truly listen. Ancient wisdom, sacred texts, and even modern science confirm that our minds can perceive more than just the physical. But why is this knowledge not widely shared? Why do so many live in blindness, relying only on logic, while spirituality remains an untapped force? Today, we're going to expose the forbidden technique that allows you to awaken this hidden sight, unlocking your full intuitive potential. This is one of the most powerful abilities a person can develop, and yet few truly understand how to activate it. But stay with me, because by the end of this lesson, you will not only know the truth, you will have the exact steps to start seeing beyond what the ordinary eye can perceive. And once you learn this, life will never be the same. Before we begin, let me ask you something. Do you believe in the power of spiritual intuition? Have you ever had a strong feeling about something that later turned out to be true? Let me know in the comments, because today we're diving deep into a truth that has been hidden for centuries. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe and activate notifications. Many who watch our videos are not subscribed, and by subscribing you ensure that you never miss revelations like this, insights that can transform the way you see the world forever. Now, let's begin this journey into the mystical power of inner vision. Imagine living in a world where only the obvious exists, where everything is dictated by what the eyes can see and the hands can touch. But what if this is only a fraction of reality? The universe is layered with dimensions beyond the physical, and those who tap into their spirituality awaken an ability to see what others overlook. This is not fantasy. It is an ancient truth whispered through the ages. Like a hidden doorway in plain sight, the ability to perceive beyond the visible is not a gift for a select few, but an inherent power lying dormant in everyone. The question is, are you ready to activate it? To grasp this, think of a radio. It picks up frequencies beyond the range of human hearing, yet they are all around us. Just because one cannot hear them does not mean they do not exist. The same applies to mystical perception. The world is saturated with unseen forces, energies, messages, and divine guidance, waiting to be recognized. The Bible itself speaks of visions given to prophets, revealing that God communicates in ways beyond human logic. Consider Elisha in 2 Kings 6:17, when he prayed for his servant's eyes to be opened, and suddenly the young man saw the invisible army of heaven surrounding them. This was not an illusion, but a spiritual truth veiled from the ordinary eye. But why is this ability buried within most people? Society teaches reliance on logic, dismissing anything that does not fit within the frame of rational understanding. The modern mind is conditioned to trust only what can be measured and analyzed, leaving no room for intuitive wisdom. Yet, throughout history, those who have walked in deep spirituality, prophets, mystics, sages, have all testified to the reality of inner sight. Jesus himself spoke in parables, so that those with eyes to see would perceive the deeper meanings hidden beneath the surface. Could it be that the ability to see beyond is not about special powers, but about shifting one's perception? There is a reason why so many feel an unexplained pull towards something greater, sensing that there is more to existence than what meets the eye. This inner knowing is not random. It is a whisper from the soul, urging one to wake up. And while many dismiss it as coincidence or overactive imagination, those who learn to listen find their lives transformed. They start noticing synchronicities, experiencing intuitive nudges, and gaining clarity about things they could not logically explain. Their reality begins to shift because their vision expands beyond the material. But here's the catch. This ability does not emerge overnight. Just like tuning an instrument, developing inner sight requires practice. The good news? It is not difficult. It begins with simple but powerful steps, unlocking the mind's capacity to see beyond the visible. And that's exactly what we will explore next. What if the reality people perceive is merely a thin veil covering something far greater. The universe operates on multiple levels, and while physical sight provides information about the material world, inner vision unveils the unseen. This is not about superstition or fantasy. It is about a deeper spirituality that allows one to perceive mystical truths beyond the surface. Inner vision is the ability to interpret the world intuitively, to sense what is hidden, and to walk in wisdom beyond logic. It is what allows one to see beyond deception, beyond limitations, beyond the distractions that cloud the mind. The Bible frequently refers to this inner perception. Jesus himself said in Matthew 13:16, "Blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear." But he was not speaking of ordinary sight. He was talking about those who could perceive spiritual realities that others ignored. In the same way, the prophets of old did not rely on physical sight alone. They discerned the unseen through divine insight. This ability is often called the third eye, a concept found across various traditions, but its essence remains the same. It is the eye of understanding, the faculty of spiritual perception. Many mistake this gift as something reserved for an elite few, but nothing could be further from the truth. Every individual possesses this capacity, just as everyone has the potential to develop intelligence, creativity, or strength. However, modern life has dulled this sense, numbing people with distractions, material concerns, and surface-level thinking. The world teaches individuals to seek proof for everything, dismissing spiritual intuition as unreliable. Yet, some of the greatest breakthroughs in history, scientific discoveries, artistic inspirations, revolutionary ideas, came not from pure logic, but from an intuitive knowing that transcended explanation. So how does one know if their inner vision is awakening? The signs are subtle, but undeniable. One may begin noticing patterns in life, feeling guided towards certain paths, or experiencing strong intuitive nudges that later prove accurate. Dreams become more vivid, thoughts align with events, and decisions seem to carry deeper wisdom than before. It is as if a hidden part of the mind has been activated, allowing one to navigate life with greater clarity. Those who cultivate this gift find that they make better choices, avoid deception, and understand situations with profound depth. Yet, knowing that this ability exists is not enough. It must be developed. Like a dormant muscle, inner vision strengthens with use. But how does one train this forgotten sense? The path is simple yet powerful, requiring only dedication and faith. By engaging in specific practices, anyone can sharpen their perception and unlock the mystical wisdom buried within. The steps are clear, and the results are transformative. Let's explore them next. In a world filled with noise, distractions, and constant stimulation, inner vision often remains buried beneath the surface of the conscious mind. The first step to awakening this forgotten ability is to silence the external world and turn inward. This is where meditation becomes a powerful tool, not as a mere relaxation technique, but as a direct path to higher spirituality. Meditation is the key to tuning into the unseen, much like adjusting the dial of a radio to pick up a hidden frequency. When practiced correctly, it allows the mind to perceive beyond the physical, opening the way to mystical revelations and profound clarity. Scripture speaks of the power of stillness. In Psalm 46:10, God commands, "Be still and know that I am God." This is not a passive statement, it is an instruction. Stillness is not about emptiness, it is about alignment. When one quiets the mind, they create space for divine insight to flow. Jesus himself frequently withdrew to meditate and pray in solitude, demonstrating that true wisdom often comes in moments of deep inner focus. By learning to calm the storm of thoughts, a person creates the conditions necessary to see beyond the visible, accessing spiritual truths that are otherwise drowned out by mental clutter. A simple yet powerful way to start is focused meditation. The method is straightforward. Sit in a quiet place, close your eyes, and direct your attention to a single point, preferably the space between the eyebrows, where many traditions say the inner eye resides. This technique mirrors the biblical principle of fixing one's eyes on the unseen 2 Corinthians 4:18. As one breathes deeply and steadily, distractions begin to fade, and the awareness shifts to a state of receptivity. In this silence, insights emerge, visions take form, and intuitive wisdom becomes clearer. But meditation is not just about seeing, it is about experiencing. Many who commit to this practice begin to feel a heightened sense of energy, a deeper connection to the universe, and an unshakable faith in the unseen. Over time, patterns become visible, answers arrive, without effort, and one starts perceiving life with a new clarity. It is as if the fog of ordinary perception lifts, revealing a mystical reality that has always been present but was simply overlooked. The more one meditates, the sharper this perception becomes, allowing them to move through life with confidence and wisdom. Yet, meditation is only the first step. Awakening inner vision requires more than just silence. It demands the ability to visualize, to see with the mind's eye before it manifests in reality. This next step is crucial in strengthening the connection between what is sensed and what is seen, and that is exactly what we will explore next. Meditation lays the foundation for inner vision, but to truly awaken this ability, one must learn to see beyond the visible, not with physical eyes but with the mind's eye. This is where visualization becomes essential. Just as muscles grow stronger with exercise, the ability to perceive the unseen strengthens when consciously practiced. Spirituality has long recognized that what is imagined with clarity and faith often manifests in reality. The universe operates on principles of energy and intention, and those who master visualization gain access to mystical insights that seem almost supernatural to others. The Bible frequently speaks of the power of seeing things before they come to pass. In Genesis 15:5, God tells Abraham to look at the stars and envision his descendants before they were even conceived. This was not a mere metaphor, it was an act of spiritual sight, aligning the mind with divine reality. Similarly, Joseph saw his future in dreams before it unfolded in the physical world. These examples show that visualization is more than imagination. It is spiritual perception, the ability to connect with realities beyond the present moment. A simple yet effective way to develop this skill is through focused imagery. Begin by closing the eyes and picturing an object, a candle flame, a door, a glowing sphere of light. At first, the image may flicker or fade, but with practice it becomes sharper. The goal is not just to see it, but to feel it, as if it were real. This strengthens the bridge between the conscious and subconscious mind, allowing one to interpret messages, receive insights, and develop an intuitive awareness that defies logic. For those seeking guidance in life, visualization can be used to clarify decisions and future paths. Picture a situation in question and observe how the mind responds. Does the image feel light or heavy? Does it expand or contract? This is the spiritual intuition speaking through symbols. Many find that when they visualize a desired outcome with faith, doors begin to open and solutions appear seemingly out of nowhere. This is not coincidence. It is the power of inner vision aligning with the universe to shape reality. But visualization alone is not enough. To truly trust in one's inner sight, one must learn to act upon it. And this requires something even more profound: faith in intuition. The next step in unlocking spiritual awareness is learning to listen to these silent whispers, to trust the unseen, and to walk with certainty even when logic says otherwise. Let's explore how to develop this next level of perception. Developing inner vision is not just about seeing, it is about trusting what is seen. Many people experience intuitive nudges, yet dismiss them as random thoughts. But what if these subtle whispers were actually divine guidance? The universe constantly speaks, and those who cultivate deep spirituality begin to recognize its voice. Intuition is not guesswork. It is a form of knowing that transcends logic. It is the mystical faculty that allows one to sense truth before it becomes evident. The problem is, most people doubt it. The Bible is full of moments where spiritual intuition played a vital role. In Acts 16:9-10, Paul receives a vision of a man from Macedonia calling for help. He does not question or rationalize. He trusts the vision and immediately sets out on the journey. This is what it means to act in faith. Similarly, in Matthew 2:13, Joseph is warned in a dream to flee to Egypt with Mary and Jesus. Had he ignored this inner prompting, the story could have ended differently. Time and again, Scripture reveals that God speaks through intuition, urging his people to move before reason catches up. But how does one distinguish intuition from fear or wishful thinking? The answer lies in Experience. The more one listens to these subtle insights and acts upon them, the clearer they become. A practical exercise is to test small decisions. Choose between two paths based on instinct rather than over-analysis. With time, patterns emerge. People begin noticing that when they trust their gut, things fall into place. They sense when a person is not being honest, when an opportunity is right, or when danger is near. Inner vision sharpens through use. This ability becomes invaluable in daily life. How many times has someone hesitated before making a choice, feeling an unexplainable pull in one direction? Often, the first impression is correct, but logic clouds it with doubt. Yet, those who develop spiritual perception start to see beyond distractions. They recognize that their inner knowing is not random. It is an instrument given by the universe to guide them. As they learn to listen, they move through life with confidence, avoiding mistakes and embracing the right paths with ease. But trusting intuition is not just about listening, it is about recording and analyzing its patterns. This is where the next step comes in, keeping an intuition and dream journal. By writing down these insights, one begins to see how their spirituality speaks through symbols and recurring messages. This process strengthens the connection between the seen and unseen, allowing mystical wisdom to become a trusted guide. And that is exactly what we will explore next. One of the most powerful ways to develop inner vision is through consistent observation. Intuition speaks in whispers, and dreams carry mystical symbols that the conscious mind often overlooks. Yet, those who take the time to record these experiences begin to notice something remarkable. Patterns emerge, messages repeat, and hidden truths reveal themselves. This is why keeping an intuition and dream journal is a crucial tool for deepening one's spirituality. Writing down insights, gut feelings, and dream imagery not only strengthens the ability to interpret the unseen, but also helps sharpen the connection between the physical and the universe. Biblical figures often receive divine guidance through dreams. In Genesis 41, Pharaoh had a troubling vision of 7 fat cows, followed by 7 thin ones, and only Joseph could interpret its meaning, predicting 7 years of abundance, followed by 7 years of famine. Without this spiritual insight, Egypt would not have been prepared. Similarly, in Daniel 2, King Nebuchadnezzar demanded the interpretation of a mysterious dream, and only Daniel, through divine wisdom, could reveal its hidden message. These stories demonstrate that dreams are not meaningless. They are coded messages from a higher realm. The question is, who takes the time to decode them? To begin, one must commit to writing down everything upon waking. Even if a dream seems insignificant, small details can hold meaning. The colors, symbols, emotions, and even random objects may later connect to a bigger picture. The same applies to intuitive flashes, those sudden feelings or ideas that appear out of nowhere. By recording them, one starts to see recurring themes, guiding them toward greater understanding. Over time, this practice reveals an astonishing truth. The universe has been speaking all along, waiting for someone to listen. Another powerful exercise is to review past entries. Sometimes a dream makes no sense at the moment, but becomes crystal clear weeks later. Or an intuitive feeling dismissed as coincidence turns out to be true. This process builds confidence in one's inner vision. The more someone trusts the messages received, the more refined their spiritual perception becomes. What once seemed like random thoughts or dreams suddenly appear as interconnected pieces of a larger mystical puzzle. Yet vision is not just about recognizing patterns, it is about understanding energy itself. The next step in developing this perception is learning how to read the energy of people and places. This ability goes beyond logic, allowing one to sense truths that words cannot reveal. And that is exactly what we will explore next. Not all truths are spoken, and not all deceptions are obvious. The ability to read energy is one of the most valuable aspects of inner vision, allowing a person to sense what is hidden beneath the surface. Every place, every person, and every situation emits a unique vibration, and those attuned to this unseen language can navigate life with remarkable clarity. This is not superstition. It is a spiritual skill that has been recognized across time. The universe communicates not only through words, but through subtle frequencies that only those with heightened awareness can perceive. Jesus himself demonstrated this ability. In Mark 5:30, He immediately sensed when power left him as the woman with the issue of blood touched his garment. He did not see her approach, he felt her energy. Likewise, in John 1:47, he discerned Nathanael's character before even speaking to him, declaring, "Here is a true Israelite in whom there is no deceit." These moments reveal that spiritual sensitivity is not about physical observation, but about recognizing the invisible essence behind all things. This is the very skill that allows prophets, sages, and deeply spiritual individuals to sense the truth beyond appearances. A simple way to develop this ability is through energetic awareness exercises. Before entering a room, take a deep breath and observe the sensations within. Does the space feel warm, inviting, or heavy and tense? When meeting someone new, pay attention to the gut feeling. Does their presence feel uplifting or draining? Over time, these impressions become clearer, revealing truths that words might try to disguise. Another technique is object scanning, holding an item and sensing the emotions or history attached to it. This practice strengthens one's ability to detect subtle energies, refining the art of intuitive perception. The practical benefits of energy reading are immense. It helps one discern whether an opportunity is truly beneficial, whether a person's intentions are genuine, or whether a situation carries unseen risks. Many mystical traditions emphasize that reality is shaped by energetic frequencies, and those who learn to see beyond words are less likely to be misled. While others rely solely on logic, those with sharpened spiritual intuition walk through life guided by an inner, knowing that never fails. But energy is not only external, it is also deeply connected to nature. The next step in awakening inner vision is learning how to ground oneself through the energy of the earth, realigning with the natural rhythms that sharpen perception, and that is exactly what we will explore next. In a world dominated by noise, screens, and artificial surroundings, many have lost touch with the natural rhythms of the universe. Yet, nature has always been a powerful teacher, a silent guide to those who seek to awaken their inner vision. The earth itself carries a deep ancient wisdom, one that speaks not through words, but through energy. By reconnecting with nature, one can recalibrate their spiritual sensitivity, amplifying their ability to see beyond the visible and align with the subtle frequencies that shape reality. The Bible is filled with moments where deep spirituality is awakened through nature. In Exodus 3:2, Moses encounters the divine through the burning bush, an ordinary shrub transformed into a mystical portal of revelation. Jesus often retreated into nature to pray, fasting for 40 days in the wilderness before beginning his ministry. Matthew 4:1-2. These examples reveal a profound truth. Nature is not just a background to life, it is an active force that enhances spiritual perception. One of the simplest ways to realign with this natural wisdom is through grounding, walking barefoot on the earth. This practice, also known as earthing, helps balance the body's energy, removing the mental static that clouds inner vision. When feet touch the soil, the body absorbs electrons from the earth, neutralizing stress and clearing the mind. This is not just an esoteric concept. Science confirms that grounding reduces inflammation, improves mood, and enhances clarity. Those who regularly connect with the earth find their intuition sharpened, their mystical awareness heightened, and their ability to read energy strengthened. Another powerful technique is the forest bath or Shinrin-yoku, a Japanese practice of immersing oneself in a forest environment. Simply being surrounded by trees, feeling the texture of leaves, and listening to the sounds of wind and water reawakens dormant senses. Nature has a way of stripping away distractions, allowing one to become fully present. Many report receiving intuitive insights during these moments, whether through a sudden idea, an overwhelming sense of peace, or a symbolic encounter with an animal or element. These are not random occurrences but messages from the universe, guiding those who are willing to listen. But nature does not only speak through landscapes, it also communicates through symbols and signs in daily life. The next step in strengthening inner vision is learning how to interpret these symbols, understanding the language of dreams, repeating numbers, and synchronistic encounters. And that is exactly what we will explore next. The universe is always communicating, but it does not speak in direct sentences. It speaks in symbols. From ancient times, visions, dreams, and repeating patterns have been recognized as messages, guiding those who are attuned to them. Inner vision is not just about seeing the invisible. It is about understanding the mystical language through which the divine speaks. Those who sharpen their spiritual perception begin to notice that life itself is filled with coded signals, waiting to be interpreted. The Bible is full of symbolic revelations. In Daniel 5:25-28, King Belshazzar saw the mysterious writing on the wall, Mene, Mene, Tekel, Upharsin, which only Daniel could interpret. In Genesis 40, Joseph decoded the dreams of Pharaoh's cupbearer and baker, predicting their fate with astonishing accuracy. These stories reveal a truth that many overlook. Symbols and dreams are divine messages, meant to provide clarity, direction, and warning. But how many people take the time to analyze them? A simple but effective practice is to keep a record of recurring symbols. If a certain number, animal, or object keeps appearing in different contexts, it is not coincidence. It is spiritual communication. Each person has unique symbols that hold meaning specific to their journey. For example, seeing an open door repeatedly might signal an upcoming opportunity, while encountering the same animal in dreams could reflect a needed lesson. By writing these patterns down and meditating on their meaning, one begins to recognize the hidden structure behind reality. Another way to tap into this knowledge is through dream interpretation. Dreams are not just random images. They are portals to the subconscious and higher awareness. Before sleeping, one can ask for guidance on a specific question, then carefully analyze any visions upon waking. The emotions in the dream, the colors, the characters, each element holds spiritual significance. Over time, patterns emerge, revealing truths that logic alone could never uncover. This process builds an intuitive trust in the unseen, allowing one to navigate life with greater wisdom. But recognizing symbols is only part of the journey. True vision comes when one learns to integrate this knowledge into daily life. The next step is understanding the real benefits of awakening inner sight, how it can bring clarity, protect against deception, and forge a deep connection with the divine. And that is exactly what we will explore next. Once inner vision is awakened, life is never the same. The ability to see beyond the visible grants profound advantages, shaping not only one's spirituality, but also their daily existence. While others move blindly through life, those who sharpen their mystical perception navigate with clarity, intuition, and confidence. This is not an abstract idea. It is a tangible skill that influences every aspect of decision-making, relationships, and personal growth. Developing this ability is not just about insight, it is about unlocking the true nature of reality. One of the first and most immediate benefits is mental clarity. When the mind is no longer clouded by distractions and deception, choices become clearer. The universe constantly presents opportunities and warnings, and those who listen avoid unnecessary struggles. The Bible speaks of this kind of wisdom in Proverbs 3:5-6, urging believers to trust in divine understanding rather than relying solely on human logic. With inner vision, decisions are no longer made out of fear or uncertainty, but from a place of spiritual awareness. Another transformative benefit is enhanced perception of others. How many times has someone been deceived by false words, only to later realize the truth? Those who develop spiritual sight can sense the energy of people beyond their words. This is the ability Jesus displayed when he saw into the hearts of men, John 2:25. Whether in friendships, business, or love, this heightened perception protects against manipulation and allows deeper, more authentic connections. It is as if an invisible barrier is lifted, revealing what is truly in front of us. Inner vision also brings a stronger connection to the universe and divine presence. Those who cultivate this skill often describe a profound spiritual alignment, feeling as though they are guided by an unseen hand. Life begins to unfold in a way that feels synchronized, full of meaningful coincidences and revelations. What once seemed random is now understood as intentional. As Paul writes in Romans 8:28, all things work together for good to those who love God. This is not wishful thinking. It is a deep knowing that comes from seeing the hidden order within chaos. Finally, one of the greatest benefits is the ability to identify hidden opportunities and dangers. When the mind is trained to recognize patterns and messages, what once seemed like obstacles now appear as stepping stones. Doors that others overlook become visible, and challenges are met with wisdom rather than confusion. Those who embrace their mystical perception find themselves moving through life with a sense of purpose and certainty. But this journey does not end here. Developing inner vision is a lifelong path, requiring continuous dedication and refinement. And for those who seek to truly master this sacred knowledge, deeper teachings await. The next step is to take what has been learned and apply it in a way that transforms not just perception, but one's entire reality. The ability to see beyond the visible is not a myth, nor is it reserved for a select few. It is a gift embedded within every soul waiting to be awakened. As we have explored, inner vision is not about magic or illusions. It is about spiritual awareness, a sharpened perception of the universe's hidden truths. Those who develop this ability gain clarity, protection, and a deeper connection with the mystical forces that shape reality. But knowledge alone is not enough. The real transformation begins when these teachings are applied. Meditation, visualization, energy reading, and dream interpretation are not mere exercises. They are tools to train the soul to perceive the unseen. When practiced with consistency, these methods unlock a new way of moving through life, one filled with certainty, synchronicity, and divine insight. Now the question is, are you ready to take this journey further? Have you ever experienced an intuitive moment so strong that you couldn't ignore it, or had a dream that later came true? Share your experiences in the comments. I want to hear how inner vision has already been working in your life, and if you found this knowledge valuable, don't let it stop here. Subscribe to the channel and activate notifications so you never miss another teaching like this. There is so much more to uncover, and what comes next may be the key to unlocking your full spiritual potential. Also, check out the next video appearing on your screen right now. It will take you even deeper into the mysteries of perception and divine wisdom. This is Celestial Truths, and I'll see you in the next revelation.